goes to the state?
Yes.
And then do we keep a copy of it here?
Yes, we always
Okay.
keep on
Okay.
file, yeah.
All right.
We do.
Why don't we just send them our big book that we have to sign 4 or 5 times?
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that for?
The commitment book.
That was our commitment book for here.
Just the record?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
I know normally this, but for some reason he has an awful time getting this report. Gets it from Trio, I guess, or it's never at the same time. It's kind of strange, but I'm not gonna argue too much with Mark. Alright, next is on the list of the State of Maine Department of Agricultural Land for Maine Future Programs. And apparently this is just a letter stating that Eagle Bluff, they've accepted the group.
That access group.
Yeah, the access
Yep.
group. So it looks like it's moving forward even more so. This is just information. There's nothing that we need to do with
I was
this.
hoping Eric was going to be here because I just would like to know what's going on with that.
Mm.
As far as, you know, fundraising, and I thought the Nelligans wanted to have it sold by August, and
I think it's all paid for, bought and paid for.
By
And
the
this
group.
group is now going to be part of this
Oh,
land.
okay.
Can I speak a little to that?
Yeah,
Eric did
sure.
ask for assistance way back when, and
Yeah.
I did volunteer. So I've talked to some of the people that have been in charge, and they have met their goal. They're still collecting money. You can still
Yeah.
donate.
Yeah,
The property is, at this point in time, open to the public for climbing, and they're still working out some legal stuff, but it is going to be owned by that organization. And for Clifton to have some say, I recommend some of us join the climbing association, even if we don't go up and down the wall a lot.
uh-huh. Okay, Dave?
It may be related, maybe not. There was a survey crew over there the other day,
Yeah.
surveying the property. I assumed it was dealing with closing, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw them too. Okay, good.
Yeah, actually, the Acadia climbing folks have been using it recently, and I saw a whole bunch of youngsters using it, going up there like a little flock of ducks headed up that way from Parks Pond. So that seems to be a place that people like to gather, and they're using Parks Pond quite a bit as a base, so that gives them some business and stuff too. So I think that's pretty nice.
There's some email contacts here if we want to talk to them.
Yep.
Jeremy, it looks like. Anybody wants to join? I believe we might have this out, there's a letter out there. Is there, Tressa?
For
On the board, is there something regarding this somewhere?
the Clifton,
Seemed like you.
I had one posted. I can put something else as to where you can get the access for it. I'll see if I can't find it and bring it. I don't know if I have it with me, but
Yeah.
I have the link for it, and I'll try to. They've got a new chair or president of their association, so I'll try to get the email for that person as well.
Okay, thanks. The next is sent out some letters, and these are people that agreed on a payment schedule to try to get their taxes caught up. I've had little luck. I got a couple of people that are honoring their word. I have a letter, but there is a couple that it's not answering, so I think it's critical. It's like the letter says, by December we will have to take action. Yeah, these are, yeah. And it's sad because I know the families, they just don't have the money. And so just letting you know I did make some more contacts, so it's not just sitting there waiting. And then a letter from Reverend John Walsh regarding a celebration. Clifton Baptist Church is going to be 175 years old.
Wow.
Wow.
So they're looking for a donation from the board of selectmen, or any townspeople probably, I'm sure. Just to help towards this cost. There's a schedule, to give you a schedule, it's gonna be quite a list of events going on, so. I talked to Bruce Jellison, I think he's gonna help, with some fireworks and trying to guide them with some fireworks and stuff like that. I'm trying to think of some people that come in that might wanna.
Do you have a date for that?
We do. The 17th through the 20th, September.
21st.
Oh, he said 20th on this letter.
Of September.
No, on the schedule on the
Oh,
back,
yeah.
it's the
I think
date.
21 is that Sunday morning.
This
That's
is
a lot.
email.
That's a-
all right.
And that's September, Teresa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so several days.
it's
Yes.
actually activities that through the 20th, and then the 21st is a Sunday, which we're gonna have special.
I have a list if anybody wants a copy, what's gonna happen.
Well,
So,
yes, please.
Just remind me tomorrow.
Yep.
So he's asking for a donation of $500 would be greatly appreciated. Conversation, please.
That's basically for the cost, to help with the cost of the fireworks.
I don't think we budgeted for that, so.
You guys in your budget, I think you only have like $100 and some left in your account, left in, that's not a lot. I don't know what might come up.
I think it's a dangerous thing to do.
I do too. I do too. As much as I would certainly like to think we could participate, I think it's kind of tough to set a precedent to, especially that kind of money, which we don't have, so.
Right.
I'll make a motion that we regretfully cannot offer a donation at this time, but that we definitely can put it in our newsletter, maybe post it in the town office, that maybe some of the townspeople might like to do their own personal donation or time.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Okay.
I was thinking that.
All right. All those in favor of Julie's motion? Okay. Staying? No vote? Okay. Okay. All right. That sounds good. Okay. Okay.
Electronics and that little devil.
Not so
this-
free after
yeah,
all, or
yeah,
what?
that's why I call him the devil. I probably shouldn't, but anyways, he knows me. They came at our cleanup and he said that they would come for free, and I said, you always ask for money, and I said, no. I tell him no all the time. If you want to do this, come on out. So he sent us a bill. So
For
it
how
was
much?
$50, and we do have $81 left in the budget from our cleanup. So that's why I have it on the agenda. Can we, and I'm gonna tell them, this is it. We're not gonna pay you anymore, so if you wanna help us, it's fine.
Nor will he be invited to come again.
I've got one thing to say. He collected
He's
7
really-
monitors, 24
I know.
televisions, and 345 pounds of mixed e-waste. We
That's
could
a
not
lot.
get rid of that
For
stuff
less than
anywhere
50
else
bucks.
for $50.
It
Right.
would
Drive
cost
it down
us,
there, so
yeah.
No, but not,
for free. I deliver
yeah,
a computer to him,
yeah.
that's like a
a
month
lot of
for
people
that.
don't know about it.
Our
A lot of people
hazardous-
don't do it, and there's a lot of people who can't do it.
Yeah, our
So
hazardous
it's a
waste is
convenience to the
costs us a
people in
lot
this
of money.
town for
Yeah.
$50.
Yeah.
I think it's a cheap deal.
No, and it's better than them throwing it over the bank.
Absolutely.
There you
So I
go.
I'll make
don't
a motion to pay the $50.
All those in favor? Okay. Maybe a little
So-
prompt reminder that,
Well, he asked, this was budget time, and we just have never budgeted, because we do participate in the hazardous waste.
Yeah.
So that's a huge cost
yeah.
to this town. So, but he did sneak one in. So maybe next year if we can think
That's just
of
barely
$50
gas
ahead
money.
for spring cleanup. We do have $81 left, so it worked.
Okay.
He's lucky.
Say something?
Yep.
We don't offer that, we just give them the directions to his place, they take it on their own.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have.
we do that.
Well,
Yeah.
we do too, but
Yeah.
it's been,
That, you're right, but then again, we're new, to our home, and we are still finding things thrown over our bank,
Yeah.
going down into our stream.
That
Vacuum
is
cleaners,
every-
bikes, a TV
I live down the road and we get it all the time
makes me
too.
so mad.
But
So if this is a service that is actually gonna
Help us.
clean up the
Yeah.
town,
And it has cleaned up the town a lot.
we
The
get help.
snowmobile trails, one year, the snowmobile club, as you turn on 180, that little, where the bridge
Oh,
is, if you
yeah.
ever noticed that? That somebody dumped all kinds of hazardous waste one
Massive.
year
Huge.
there, and the owner lives out of state, and the club got together and cleaned it up,
Good
saved
for
the
them.
town, it was gonna cost a fortune, a couple
Yeah.
$1,000.
Yeah.
So the snowmobile club pitched in, so, but it does cost a lot to get rid of that.
Okay, next.
Holbrook Rec audit report's on file, if anybody's interested in reading it.
I
And,
haven't read it yet.
yeah,
You read it?
and I
Yeah.
briefly have gone
Okay.
through a little bit, I haven't had a lot of time to. And do you remember the lady, I should have wrote her name down, she was part of the board. She actually came to one of our meetings.
Rusty Ganon?
No, she's
Dorothy?
on the rec committee board.
Oh.
She's resigning anyway. She
Yeah.
just can't deal with all of this stuff that's going on. We've known in the past that there's always been issues, and it seems like it's definitely, she can see the towns are segregated, and it's so obvious when you go to some of these meetings, she said, and she just can't deal with them anymore. And so, I don't know what they're gonna do, but it's kind of sad to hear. I should forget her name, but anyways, I have it on my desk. Okay. You have the monthly reports. Then I have some abatements here. Mark has gone out, and there's 2 properties he visited. You guys have copies of that in front of you. And you look it over and let me know what you think.
I move we accept the abatement recommended by our assessor.
I'd like to maybe, take some time to read it and think about it. So I'm not
Yeah,
sure
it's
what I'm
nothing
looking
to
at.
have.
Is this formed by Mark? Did Mark?
Mark,
And
yes.
Mark approved the amendment?
Matt has been to these places
has,
and
okay.
reassessed them at a level grade.
One of them was a mess.
I just, this looked like it was the applicant's signature. I didn't really see anything from Mark saying that he agreed.
That's his signature
That's
for the
Mark.
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see, yeah.
One of them, Stephanie, is count 67. I don't know if you have that right in front of you. It's quite a hardship there, and I want to talk a little bit about it if we can. I talked to Carol because she happened to be in the office. I think Nancy. It's quite a hardship there. He did abate some, but I didn't know if we could help him out a little bit more. The house, Mark, when he did go look at it, he said he can only go so low and get away with it, but really it's not good.
Okay. I'll trust what Mark
Yep.
says.
Yeah.
who are the abatements for?
One's for Dean Hanson, senior, and what's the other one? Oh, Terry, which has been an abandoned home, I believe. It's like the last house on the Clifton line heading to Otis. I don't believe anyone.
What's the name on it?
Al Terry.
He's out of state.
Littleton, New Hampshire.
Yeah, all the mail always comes back. It never gets
Is that the one at the county line on the left?
Yeah.
That's for sale.
Oh, yeah, it's been vacant for a long time.
No, it's on the, a realtor has that for sale.
Mhm.
How much?
$79,000 or something like that. I know people that just went and looked at it.
We got it assessed at 181.
I think it's maybe time for reassessment.
And like
You know
Marcia,
that the
this
market is
deteriorated.
these
Yeah.
days.
When are we looking at reassessing?
That's up to you guys, you're the
I
assessors.
talked to Mark this week, he said,
He said we're in really good shape, basically, not
Yes.
I was thinking
We've
about
done it.
10 years.
every 10 years.
we've done it
Right.
third time.
So it had been like 6 or 7, a couple years ago.
2006, they did the revow.
As long as we're within the 90 to 95% of the state rate, then there's no reason why we shouldn't do a reassessment.
Are we? In the 90 to 95%?
Yeah.
We're at 92.
He probably has a report, because he gets audited, Mark does.
No, I just asked him that question this week.
Huh?
I just
No,
asked him that question this week.
Well, if there's anybody in town that thinks that their property is assessed at more than what it should be, they can ask the assessor to come.
Well, I
And
did.
assess it.
I thought it was based on sale price, you know, but he told me that it's a town-wide assessment based on the market value, so
yeah.
that's why I'm wondering when we're gonna reassess. Because things are kind of overvalued, especially when you look at what that house is on the market
Yeah.
for. And I know with my house, it's the same type of situation.
I'm sure it is with many. But
That's why.
what an assessment does, it may lower the valuations of everything, but it's gonna higher the.
Right.
It's gonna make a difference.
But it's still a more realistic look at things. I'd rather have my higher mill rate and a lower valuation.
Mhm.
We'll do that.
I want the lower valuation to go with it.
Okay, so do we have to
Yeah.
make a motion on the abatements?
We already did.
We did?
Yeah, so we got, I think you got a second too.
Okay, all right. All those in favor of the two listed abatements? Okay.
I don't think I looked at that. I'm sorry,
I
who
will
first?
Stephanie second.
I didn't second it, yeah, Julie
I'm
seconded
sorry.
it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
On Mr. Hanson, if we can just kind of stay on that for a little bit. Because of his situation, he just lost his wife, and I think sometimes my heart just kind of flutters for people like that, but he is in critical state with a new year just coming out. December, we would foreclose on him. He owes $2,900 roughly. So I didn't know if there is a poverty application, and like Mark and I talked about it, it's solely up to you guys as the assessors too, if you wanted to help in any other way besides what the abatement is.
What's the total tax?
$2,900
That's all it is.
for the 4 years.
For the how many?
4 years, because this one just came on. And normally, I mean, as you can see the stars, he's always had a lien, but he clears it and he keeps trudging on. He is the only provider in the home and had been.
But you were telling me he has to pay $2,900 a year?
No,
Total.
total. It's not a lot for some people, but
But it's more than that.
I don't know. I mean, you don't have to do anything tonight, but just my thoughts to try to help him out a little bit. He had the funeral he found out the life insurance, the company folded, and the money they paid in was gone. So he had no money.
Was that the guy you helped the other day?
Yeah. Yep.
He's a nice guy, he's proud of him.
Yeah, he is.
This
Is this what this
legal
is?
for the town to waive taxes.
I know, that's the next project.
I guess I would like, because we've never done that before.
Oh, right, I know, and that's for me too.
Maybe if Mark or somebody could provide us information on what, if anything we could.
Mark said, I already asked him, it's totally up to you, he's out of that whole, this application has nothing to do with him. The poverty one. He does the maintenance.
How long before we
We have until December, so I'm, like I said, we don't have to act on anything tonight, it's just my thoughts and. I
Has
don't
he
usually-
specifically asked for us to help him further?
No, but when he came in and of course, with everything just happened, his wife died, he was trying to tell me he's gonna get his taxes paid out, try to, and I don't think he's gonna be able to. That's the only home he's ever been in,
No,
you know,
when the guy digs his wife's grave, what's that time?
right.
Most people have it done.
They just had her cremated, no funeral, no anything, just a family gathering, and they're very close family, genuine family, and
Let's
lots of love there.
play
Can I ask
it
a
for a while,
question?
see what happens.
Yeah.
You might win a
Any of you
lottery.
guys aware of what a poverty abatement is?
No, that's why I
Just,
just said, I've never had to do one.
There's a
What is
poverty abatement application, it's online. No, that's a regular abatement.
This is poverty, it says, on the front.
A poverty abatement application is usually several pages.
And I have
Several
this right
pages
here
to it.
too as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of sitting here talking about this man's financial situation, I just would recommend that one of you speak to him, have him fill it out.
Right,
It's supposed to be totally confidential.
Yeah.
right. And that's why I wanted more.
And go from there.
Yeah.
So I said not to talk about it.
The way it seemed to me talking, he's working for one job right now. So this is sitting home,
No,
maybe the sunshine.
no.
And people can set up payment plans, right? As long as
Right.
they're paying a little bit, they're
Right.
not gonna
Very
foreclose.
careful in doing this because it just sets a precedent
Right.
and you're gonna get people who.
That's my next point, yes.
And it is difficult with this application. He probably won't need it. I don't know. I don't know what his finances are.
Well, just ask him.
But
Well,
I
as with
could
anyone in
bring it
town,
down.
I would say that if they come in and fill out the paperwork, it gets done just like everyone
Right.
else.
right.
And they didn't do
I
that.
think the truly hard part, and I don't want to sound harsh, but this is a particular gentleman that you are at the front window, and we all hear the stories, but how many others still out there that we haven't even
Oh,
heard
I know,
of?
I
So
Hundreds.
the truly hard part is seeking and searching to help one, and then one finds wind of it, and then all of a sudden we're abating and doing what already we're gonna probably be in trouble for, with, you know, lack of money to begin with.
The lien
So-
certificate that you guys serve or they serve says right on it about a poverty abatement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that's how they're made aware of
Right.
that.
yeah,
I've been talking to you.
yeah,
And he was very appreciative of just me talking.
yeah.
You know, and it's whatever.
Well, and
And this first step is that
Yeah.
agreement, so. The next is a recommendation from the auditor about our personal property tax that we need to get rid of. Yeah. I have the balance that's out there right now from since 2005, 24,000. That's just round figure.
And this is personal
Personal
property
property, yeah.
that we've collected, or?
Over the years, yeah, we voted back in 2011 possibly to do away with it, which is illegal. It's a law that we need to collect it.
Nobody's interested in it.
But yet we can't enforce collection, right?
No.
Right, so it's a catch-22, and I talked to Amanda at MMA, which she wasn't gonna say a whole lot because, you know, it is illegal. I did give you guys chapter 10, the assessment manual. And I talked to Mark about our personal property, our assessor. Basically, Amanda's recommendation, and it's on page 130, what I gave you guys, what we can do with the existing figures right now, and then talk about the law after. Inability to pay after 2 years, small amounts of personal property tax. Those are some of the things that we're able to classify on our abatement regarding our personal property. It's just not collectible anymore. Did I give you guys the expense report as well? Who's listed? I hope so. For instance, Arleon Williams, they don't exist anymore, and they're the biggest dollar amount, right? So there's no way we're gonna be able to collect it. So in this chapter 10, you know, what's this, we're able to do that.
But you're off the place, reflecting the first and second
I
time
know.
you do it.
But
Totally different.
again, is, you know, they know that you cannot put a lien on their properties. It's not enforceable like a lien on your real estate. I mean, the assessor is not gonna go door to door looking for personal property. It's, your word against the town if you have it or not. The true and perfect list that's,
When's the last time you got any money for anybody on personal property?
well, since let me see,
Anybody paid?
2011 probably some paid a little bit in, then we got rid of it, so we haven't billed it since then.
There is a process through small claims court to collect.
Well, yes, then you're talking some legal expenses, you know, which we talked about at that meeting.
Well, some of the stuff is registered, then it,
Some of the people, when you asked them about it back then, this is when Audrey was here and others, well, I don't have that equipment. So, you know, it's like trying to find a ghost out there, you know.
The city of Bangor will, if you don't report it, they come to your door and
Yeah.
they just go through your place and they count it all up, and I get a bill every year for
Yeah.
it. And it's every chair, every computer, every bookshelf, every table, every desk. I mean, it's ridiculous.
See, the bigger cities are right on it. The smaller
Right.
towns, Mark said he can name off probably 6 towns right now done away with it. And they're gonna take the chance of main revenue service finding us at some
But
point.
why do away with it when some people pay it?
Yeah.
It's revenue that is illegal not to even bill for.
The contents
Yeah,
in
Aren't
your
you
home.
supposed to, put a thing out there, like in the town report?
We do. It used to be a true and perfect list is what it's called.
Right,
And
that's,
then that person that says, well, I got personal property, so I'll write down my stuff and they send it into the assessor. That's how it worked.
So the assessor never went
No,
and
no,
assessed it
no,
on its own.
I don't believe
they're
he's
supposed
liable.
to put down the equipment and what they
Right.
think the value is.
Well, not what they think, they take like the
Oh.
book value,
Yeah.
what it is new. I'm not a fan of sending assessors around
No.
tallying up everyone's personal property, but, you know.
I mean,
think
it works.
I don't like paying it in Bangor, but at the same time, if it's illegal not to be billing it, we obviously need to figure that out.
The problem that comes with small towns is because we don't have
A lot of
the
businesses.
people
And they don't register.
They
And they
can
don't
do that.
register.
and pay for it. It would be cost prohibitive for us to pay
I mean,
an assessor to
our
It's
do it.
illegal
biggest-
for them not to
biggest
register.
amount
Any
probably
small
was
business
the-
must
The actual
file
personal
a
property
bill.
tax is not that
In a
much.
lot
These
of
other ones
towns,
are $47, you know, like this gentleman here, $47, whatever that was. I don't know.
It would cost us more than $47, they have an
And
assessor
that's
go
what,
and check out how much stuff they got and go back to.
and that's what Amanda said from MMA, it's kind of, she agrees with us in a lot of ways too, but,
Yeah.
of course she wasn't gonna tell us not to collect it, but, you know, that's the call we're gonna make.
Well, legally, it should be like.
Right, so that needs to get put back in as much as we need to.
No, and Hannah needs to send me that, put down what you have.
So what do we need to do to put it back in? What do you mean? Send them another bill, say surprise?
No, with these right here, because the auction, they're so old. We need
Yeah.
to write them off. We need to write these
We need to
off.
write them off.
And that's what we're, you know, basically the abatement form, we will stipulate inability to pay, small amounts. We can,
Who voted to take it out?
I'm not sure, I have to look back at the minutes.
I think the board voted a few years ago.
Yeah, I think we did.
Not to enforce
What?
the personal property tax anymore. Since then, we haven't done anything.
No, it's out of the system.
So how many of those businesses are still here?
That's,
Leon's gone, Treadwell, he has the garage over there. Dave Sanzaro, he still has his garage. Rent-away, I have no idea what that even is. It's only like $25. I don't even know who the company is, we can look into it, but Richard Mudson, he's still in town. Main Asphalt, they're still in town. Chris Fickett.
And then that's all, that's, what,
Yeah.
he's not doing that anymore.
Well, he's got lots of stuff over there.
And he's putting it up front for sale.
Right.
well, it is then.
These are the people that were honest and wrote in stuff. And I'm sure there's others, but this was just the non-second.
And
The store, Clifton Country Store did, and they paid it. Practical Creations, they pay theirs usually every year. Wasn't a big amount. So,
Well, it seems like we should put up a letter at least and let them know, and if they've had any changes to honestly report it and see what we get back. You know.
Most of those aren't very much.
no.
Well, what do we do about the, I mean, do we have to make a decision to abate the lumber
Yeah.
one? I mean, that's defunct.
This whole list right here, we need to get rid of, Jerry said, because it's been hanging on the books. So we need to abate these, and basically we're gonna start over fresh for 2015.
That's, yeah, that's anything we can do. We can send them a bill for
No,
2 years
no,
ago.
Yeah. when part of that, we said, oh, we're not gonna do it, so.
Did we actually officially say that? Like, we're not gonna do this anymore?
We never sent letters at all.
No, we just voted.
It just
Can I
kind of.
ask a question?
Yeah,
How much was the overlay on our commitment this year? Is it right around 15?
I think it's
yeah, 14 something.
And you're saying these are how much?
Yeah, we'll be over our overlay,
So
24,000.
don't you think if you waited and made the adjustment or put an article in to cover that from fund balance? Because you're spending money that you don't
we
have.
have, yeah.
I don't know if anybody's looked at the audit, but we dipped again this year, $65,000 into our fund balance. And decisions like this doesn't help.
Yeah.
When you spend more money than you have
But we're not
available to
spending money
do.
here, we're talking about
Yeah,
collecting
you are.
money.
It gets paid. You're spending
It
money.
has to come out of the overlay.
It doesn't just go away.
So.
Because we didn't collect it?
No, it's committed.
Right.
So most
Right.
towns pay abatements and discounts out of their overlay. And what's left out of that overlay lapses into fund balance. When you only have an overlay of $15,000 and you're talking about spending, and your discounts are $11,000?
Yep.
So then 11 and 24, I mean,
Right.
you're way into eating again away our fund balance.
Spending money that we don't have.
But we have to take care of this too, so.
Is there a time frame? that we
No,
have?
I would say before our next audit, you know, the next year, we need to find a way to,
Write
or
them off.
again, right, we need to write them off.
When were we used to send the personal property bills out?
They go out with the real estate at the same
estate,
time, yeah. So,
I have a,
Can we try to get one out for, you know, at least just,
It has to be done by April
April
1st.
first.
We have to be reported by April 1st to get the,
right,
right, okay.
But the mill, we did that, they did the auction off two
so
shots.
we have to put it in.
The first shot, we got quite a bit of money.
right,
The second shot, we got nothing.
right,
Because you couldn't make anybody whole with money.
right. There wasn't accountable.
When they had all the people, that was big when I was at that one,
can I ask a question?
the money was taken.
In not only this town, but other towns that I've talked with, not all the small businesses are registered with the town, although it's legally obligated to do so. If the small businesses are not registered with the town, we can't ask them for
Right,
revenue.
and that's the.
Are they registering, and how do we find out? Have they registered with the state and not us? And how do we contact those people for not having complied? Because I do believe that they're supposed to let the local towns know and register with the towns as a business, and if there are any revenues that they are responsible for, they should be
And that's
complying.
always been a challenge too here.
But that's just mail going out. You don't have to do a big assessor and send everybody into their house. And for a while, you can start out with forms that just say, on your honor, do you have a computer and, how much of your house? You're only allowed to use something like 10% of your house as a home business. So
Right.
find out what they're claiming on their taxes and ask them to be compliant for a start. That's
And you
what,
have to give them the option of paying excise on some of this
Yeah,
equipment.
Right. If
That's
they-
Because they can pay excise tax, they don't have to pay
that's right, payroll.
personal property.
but this should include the small cottage businesses other than somebody who's just going to sell a quilt on eBay. If you have a crafting business and you're making an income and producing jewelry and on and or whatever it is, that's supposed to be a real business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have vigilantes, yeah. So, okay, back to what do we do?
Well, right now, I
Right.
mean, this was in our audit report, so we
Yeah.
need to take care of it, so it's not gonna happen tonight, of course, but this is just for you guys to look, you have your assessment chapter there to look at.
Yeah.
Make a motion, we table the discussion on personal property tax to our next meeting.
Second.
All those in favor?
There's a lot to digest here.
No. Yeah, okay.
Your final audit, I put it in your folders and letter from the auditor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip over 9, because I'm think they kind of have an eye on that. Oh,
I go to eight.
sorry. It's just some things that I've concluded.
Right,
You know,
skip all that.
As regarding the warming shelters, so I talked to municipal regarding insurance and stuff.
Yeah.
So they don't have a problem with it being a warming shelter, someone coming in, getting warm, offering waters. Our policy's fine for that, but once we get it, then they would like to see whatever we come up with at the final product and give them a copy, keep on file. But if we get into like storing cots, offering food, this
Well,
was,
you're migrating into being a shelter.
Right,
And
right.
that's not what, I don't
Right.
think the town is ready to do that.
and we talked about that, and I said that, you know, that would involve inspections from the fire marshal. There's a
We
huge,
don't have a facility for that anyway, so.
but she didn't seem to have any problem. Kareem is our underwriter, so she was out today, but she's gonna call me next week just to make sure.
Yeah. Just as background, I've talked to a number of different towns that open shelters of various sizes, and most of them, they just decided, no, let's open the meeting room, or, I mean, it was a very informal, a few contacted their insurance company, but they don't have any written procedures, that sort of thing. I just opened the school, for example, they had like 8 people show up. The kicker there was they had shower facilities, and that's a big selling point. People could come in and take showers. There was some disagreements. The town of Blue Hill, the fire marshal, or the fire chief, was really against the town doing it. And his basic position, if they have to come here to warm up, then they should go to a shelter elsewhere, operating some shelters. And so apparently there was some discord there. Eddington, I think they just opened up their meeting room. They provided no coffee or things like that. But the kind of the